Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve this question, maximum occurred integer in n ranges. Okay, so let's see what the question is. Given n integer ranges, the task is to find the maximum occurring integer in these ranges. If more than one such integer exists, find the smallest one. The ranges are given as two arrays L and R. L consists of starting point of range and R consists of corresponding end point of the range. So we are given with the ranges. Okay, let's say 1 to 15 is one range, 4 to 8 is another range, 3 to 5 is another range, and 1 to 4 is one another range. That means these are the ranges. We have elements from 1 to 15, 4 to 8, 3 to 5, and 1 to 4. Okay, and we have to find the common element which is occurring maximum times in these ranges. Okay, that means if we have, let's say, 1 to 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 15, and here we have 4 to 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here we have 3 to 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, only 5. Here we have 1 to 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the elements. Which is the element in this that is occurring maximum number of times? We can see 4 is occurring 4 times, 3 is occurring 3 times, 5 is occurring 3 times, 6 is occurring 2 times, and so on. Right? So maximum number of times an element is occurring is 4, and which is occurring 4 times. So we have to return the element which is occurring maximum number of times. So answer is 4. Okay. This way we are given with two arrays L and R. L consists of starting point, that means 1, 4, 3 and 1. Okay. You can see here 1, 4, 3 and 1. L consists of the starting points and R consists of the ending points, which is 15, 8, 5 and 4. Okay. These are the ending points of the ranges. These are the starting point of the ranges, and we are given with two arrays L and R. As you can see in the input as well. We are given with N, that is the size of the array, both the arrays. So the explanation, as you can see here, the given ranges are 1 to 15. We have seen here 4 to 8, 3 to 5 and 1 to 4. The number that is occurring most common or appears most number of times in these ranges is 4. So as you can see, 4 is common in all the ranges and occurring maximum number of times. So our answer is 4. Right? And we are also given with constraints that n should be 1 to 10 to the power 6 and li and ri will be 0 to 10 to the power 6. Okay. I think you have got the question. We are given with two arrays, starting points of the ranges, ending point of the ranges, and we have to find the common element in these ranges which is occurring maximum number of times. Now let's see different approaches to solve this. So let's see the first approach to solve this question. So we are given with these two arrays L and R are given here. Okay. The ranges are from 1 to 15, 4 to 8, 3 to 5 and 1 to 4. Okay. That means we are given with the numbers from 1 to 15, 4 to 8, 3 to 5 and 1 to 4, and we have to find the common element in all the ranges which is occurring maximum number of times. Right. So first approach is very easy. That in this approach what we will do is we will use the hash map. Okay. So using hash map, how it will help? What we will do is we will traverse in all the ranges. That means we will traverse from 1 to 15 and store the elements in hash map. Then we will traverse from 4 to 8 and then again we will store the numbers in the hash map. Same thing with 3 to 5 and same thing with 1 to 4. So we will get all the numbers with their frequencies in the hash map. Then we will return the number which has the maximum frequency. Okay. So let's take a smaller example first. So instead of 15, let's take 5 here. Okay. Now let's see what I'm trying to say. So first of all, we will have 1. We will store 1 with frequency 1. Then I will have 2. I will store 2 with frequency 2. We are first seeing the range from 1 to 5. Okay. Because the first range is 1 to 5. Okay. So then I will have 3. 3 frequency is 1. Then 4 frequency is 1. And 5 frequency is 1. Then next range is 4 to 8. Now instead of 1 to 5 we will see 4 to 8. So 4 we already have, so we will increase its frequency to 2. Then 5 we already have 5, so we will increase its frequency to 2. So then we will have 6. It is a new element, so its frequency will be 1. We will insert it. Same with 7, frequency 1, and same with 8, frequency 1. Okay. Now we will see the range 3 to 5. So 3 to 5. So 3 to 5 is the range, and so we already have 3 in the hash map. So we will remove 1 and we will put 2 here. Then 4. We already have 4, so it will become 3. The frequency of 4 becomes 3. We already have 5. The frequency of 5 becomes 3. Right. Now the last range 1 to 4. So we will see for 1 to 4. We already have 1. So it will become 2. Then we will go to 2. We already have 2. It will become 2. The frequencies are increasing, right? Then we will come to 3. The frequency of 3 is 2 already. So we will increase it to 3. And then we have 4. We will increase the frequency of 4 to 4. Okay. Now the hash map look like 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 3, 6, 1, 7, 1, and 8, 1. Okay. So which is the number which is occurring maximum number of times, or the frequency of the number which is maximum? So we have 4 here. 4 has the frequency 4. That means 4 is occurring 4 times in these ranges. So our answer will be 4. Okay. So this is very simple approach. So now let's see the time complexity of this approach. So we are given with n ranges, right? Because there are n elements in both R and L. So for each range we have to travel its all elements. Like from 1 to 5 I have to travel all elements, from 4 to 8, for 3 to 5, for 1 to 4, right? So our time complexity will be big of n, because we are traveling n ranges, into maximum range. So what does that mean? So if for first range I have to travel some elements, then for second range I have to travel some elements, same way till n, right? Till n minus 1 range I have to travel some elements. So the sum of all these elements we cannot calculate, right? But we can know the maximum range of the element that we are traveling. Okay. So this is that maximum range, and this will be our time complexity, and our space complexity will be big of n as well, because we are using hash map which can contain maximum n elements. Okay. Now let's move forward and see another approach to solve this question. Time. Now let's see one of the best approaches to solve this question. So in this approach what we will do is we will take an extra array, okay, which is of the size 10 to the power 6. Why 10 to the power 6? Because as we have seen in the starting, the constants are from 0 to 10 to the power 6, that the elements will lie from 0 to 10 to the power 6 only. Okay, that's why I am taking array of 10 to the power 6. So the indexes will represent the elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 till 10 to the power 6. Okay. So the first thing that I can do is I will go to the first range, which is 1 to the 5, 1 to 5, and I will put 1 in this array at their place. Why 1? Because I am just storing the frequency. As I have done in the hash map, I am using array instead of hash map. Okay, I will tell you how I can improve the time complexity, but right now let's see what I am doing. So first of all, I will use this array same as the hash map. I will put the frequency of elements of each range in this array. So first I will go from 1 to 5 and I will put 1 there, because all the elements comes only one time. Then I will go to 4 to 8. 4 I will make 2 it. 4 I will make it 2. Then 5 I will make it 2, because 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 I will put 1, 1, 1 there. Okay. Then I will go to 3 to 5 and I will put 2 here, because I will increase the frequency by 1. I'll increase the frequency by 1, I'll increase the frequency by 1 because the range is from 3 to 5. So I have increased the frequency. Then I'll go to 1 to 4. Okay. 1, I'll increase the frequency by 1. Then I'll go to 3, I'll increase the frequency by 1. On 4 also, I'll increase the frequency by 1. So total array that I got is, here we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 1, and the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and till 10 to the power 6, right? And I will again traverse this array and I'll find the maximum element which has the maximum frequency. This is same as the hash map approach, just I am using the extra array. So what is the change? Let's see. So now what I will do is I will go to the each range. Okay. So I will go to 1 to 5, and on the 1 I will put 1, and on 6 I will put -1. So 1 will represent the start of the range and -1 will represent the end of the range. That means we have the elements from 1 to 5 in this range, which is represented by 1 and -1. 1 will represent the start of the range and -1 will represent the end of the range. Okay. So now I will move forward and we have 4 to 8. So what I will do, I will go to 4, I will put 1 there, and on 8 I'll put not 8, I'll put not 8. So on 9 I'll put -1. So this will represent that we have elements from 4 to 8. When I jump to 9, this will represent that the range has ended and we have -1 there. Okay. And then I'll go to 3 to 5. Okay. The next range is 3 to 5. So on 3 I'll put 1, and on 6 I'll put -1. So we already have -1 there. So I will decrease it by 1 and I will make it -2. Then I will go to 1 to 4. So on 1 we already have 1. Okay. So I will increase it. It will become 2. That will represent that the two ranges are starting from here, and when there is -2 on some range, that means two ranges are ended at -6. Okay. On 6. So 1 to 4. So we had 1, and on 5, as we know, we have 4 here. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So on 4, I will put -1. Okay. So this is the final array that we will get. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here we have 0. Here we have 2, 0, 1, 1, -1, -2, 0, 0, -1. Okay. And the array is still 10 to the power 6. Okay. So now how we will solve the question. So the thing here is, what we will do with this array is we will find the prefix sum. So let's see what the prefix sum will be. Prefix sum is the sum till that element. So first of all we have 0, then 2 plus 0 is 2, then 2 plus 0 is 2, then 2 plus 1. So here we have 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, then we have 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 minus 1 is 3, then 3 minus 2 is 1, then we again have 1, 1, and on the ninth index 1 plus -1 is 0. Okay. So this is the final array that we will get: 0, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 1, 0. And as you can see, this is the array that represents the frequencies of each element. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so this way also we can find the frequency of each element just by adding the starting range and the ending range of the elements in the array and then finding the prefix sum. So these are the frequencies, and the same way what we will do is we will traverse it once and we will find the element which has the maximum frequency. Okay, which will be 4.